Hey, what's up? It's your boy Jay Will coming back with another one. And I got to get on this Mac Jones situation with all the slander he's been receiving lately. You know, he had a great 2020 season, which allowed him to get into the talking of being a top 10 draft pick, a top 5 draft pick. And a lot of people are thinking that the 49ers will pick him with the 3rd pick overall. You already know, sub to your boy and like the video. So let's get into it, man. Hey, man, it's too much hate going on right now with Mac Jones. Yes, he's a pocket quarterback. Yes, he's not as mobile as Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and those guys, and Zach Wilson, but he outplayed each one of those guys that are supposed to be going ahead of him, that all the commentators and all the guys talking on TV, they're all saying how, you know, Justin Fields is better, Trey Lance is better, which they might be. But let's go to the production. Let's go to who actually put in the work on the field and who did it against the best talent. This year in the SEC, Alabama played nothing but SEC teams. You know, with the pandemic going on, they had a 10-game, 11-game season where they played nothing but SEC schools. So, you know, every year they talk about Bama racking it up on the sorry teams, but they played nothing but SEC schools this year, and Mac Jones ran it up on them boys, bruh. 4,500 yards, 41 passing touchdowns, and 4 picks. Like, tell me who's doing that. It's not too many guys out there doing that. You know someone that reminds me of? A guy named Tom Brady, who played for a similar team as the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Patriots, and who just led their team to a Super Bowl, who had a lot of great talent around them. I don't get why everybody's getting on Mac Jones, because he has 5 and 4 stars, but he was also playing 4 and 5 stars. The talent of other teams in the SEC aren't on Bama's level, but you can say the same for Clemson and Ohio State. Clemson, they have 5 stars all over the field, and they're playing nothing but 2 stars. They're playing nothing but 2 and 3 stars in the ACC, the weak at ACC, but they got 5 stars on their roster. At least Bama, they have 5 and 4 stars, but they're playing a lot more 4 and 5 stars as well, especially compared to Clemson. And let's go to Ohio State. The competition is trash over there too. Ohio State is stacked with 5 stars, 4 stars, and guess who they're playing? They're playing against 3 and 2 stars as well. There's only about 2 or maybe 2 teams in those divisions that are really good, that give those teams a run for their money each and every year. Bama is in the SEC, where they got to worry about Auburn, where they got to worry about LSU, they got to worry about Ole Miss, they got to worry about a plethora of teams compared to Clemson and Ohio State. And please don't get me started on the BYU kid, Zach Wilson. Like, he definitely didn't play against nobody, but I mean, he didn't have a lot of talent around him as well, and it does look like he's going to be a talented quarterback, but it's easy to overlook Mac Jones because of the talent that he played around and because he went to Bama. But there's been plenty of other Bama quarterbacks before this that have not done the work that he's done. I mean, I can't relate this back to Tua, but we can relate this back to guys like Greg McElroy, AJ McCarron, guys like that, Blake Sims, guys that had the talent around them. They still won natties, but they weren't putting up the numbers that Mac Jones is putting up. It's because he's smart, it's because he has the anticipation skills, and it's because he's built like Tom Brady. He knows the playbook like the back of his hand, and he knows where to go. He knows where to locate. He knows if one read isn't there, he got to go to the next. He knows all of this before the play even starts. And there's not any other quarterback in this draft that has those type of anticipation skills that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of people think you can just learn that. No, you don't just learn that. And you know what? It gets nothing but harder when it gets to the NFL. And you know who's the most prepared to read those defenses that played in the NFL-style offense? It's Mac Jones. Yes, he might not be the fastest. Yes, he might not have the most powerful arm. But who's going to put in the most work? Who's going to know the defense? Who's going to know where the safety is lined up and where he's going to roll to? Who's going to know all this information before they get to the game, before they get into the stadium, before he says down said hey? It's going to be Mac Jones. And wherever he falls to, they will get a great quarterback. And people need to stop sleeping on him, acting like Trey Lance, who played for a D3 school, my bad, the D1 AA, my bad. But he played for the same school that Carson Wentz came from, and look at Wentz now. So it's like, it's a lot of slander coming his way just because he played for Bama. When he was playing against greater talent than everybody else he still had to stand in there and make the throws. He still had more pressure than all of these quarterbacks going to Bama and following up behind a guy like Tua Tagovailoa, who is just one of the best quarterbacks in Bama's history. And then Mac Jones comes right in and does great things as well. Why was no one on Joe Burrow when Joe Burrow had Jamar Chase, when Joe Burrow had Justin Jefferson, when he had Thaddeus Moss, when he had the O-line of guys in front of him? Why was nobody on his neck? Why was nobody on his neck about all the talent that he had around him when he had the one good year just like Mac Jones? When Mac Jones followed that up and had an even better year than Joe Burrow, a lot are saying. But no, there's no slander towards Joe Burrow when he does it, because he plays for LSU. But all of a sudden, when the guy plays for Alabama and he does this, when you haven't seen no other quarterback other than Tua put up the numbers that he's putting up, and now he has all the talent around him. Now he has 5-star guys, and can he do it without them? There's a lot of guys that can't do it with talent around them. And I think you would be surprised to see that if Trevor Lawrence could do it without talent, if Justin Fields could do it without talent. Like, these guys had better talent or just as good talent and played worse competition. Mac Jones played in the SEC week in and week out against 4 and 5 stars, against 4 and 3 stars. Yes, Bama might still had a little better competition, but there was still better competition than what Ohio State and what Clemson was going against, man. Quit hating on your boy Mac Jones, my boy Mac Jones, man. Y'all are sleeping on him, and he's going to be in the league for a long time to come, man. You can book that, and guess where you heard it first? Here, it's your boy J Will for real. You already know. Sub to your boy and like the video, man. We coming with it. Let's get it.